This is Madman Den Operation Champ, January 1943, Imperial Japan. And we had a big conundrum this turn. Do I attack north and deal with this American fleet? Running the numbers, I would have a slight advantage, so that was tempting. Or do I strike south at the British fleet and let the Americans do God knows what on their turn? But I think we are going to go for their easier target and hopefully take care of this British fleet and see where that goes. So with that in mind, we're going to start by rolling our techs. What am I rolling for? I believe wartime economy and heavy battleships. So let's see how that goes. Hoping for high dice. Sadly, if I did well, it's not really going to help me anytime soon. I got a red, which is wartime economy. Might get it by the end of the game. Okay, on to our buys. Before that, we should discuss some corrections. Last turn, Dieter pointed out that I overspent by 2 IPP, so we're going to say that I don't place a militia here in Hokkaido, or Honshu, I should say. Another thing was the Soviets decided to strafe my fighter into the zone, and he was killed by a marine and not my fighter. Well, for one, killed by my militia. But as I just mentioned, there's only one militia, and my fighter wasn't even in that zone. He was hiding pretty safe in Kyushu. So we decided to just take that attack back. Sadly, I don't get to kill a Soviet fighter because that being out of my hair would be nice. But we will do other things. Right, where was I? Buys. We have 40 IPP to spend, as the British took 5 off me. Hopefully I have that right. We will be buying 2 infantry, 1 SNLF, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 militia, 1 infantry upgrade. We're going to get a light carrier. We're going to get a Japanese fighter. And that would be 40 if I've done my math correctly. Okay, on to our combats. We are going to do a couple things. We're firstly going to move the strategic bomber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, he will land in the Caroline Islands, and we will carpet bomb those guys on the Marshalls. Next, with the assumption that we're going to clear the sea zone, we're going to send 1 destroyer, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he'll be picking up a dude from British Malaya, and dropping him in Java. Okay, next we are going to send a destroyer to kill this defenseless FEC transport. We have 5 in this zone, so let's just copy out 5 of these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think a board game bro, you had me at 4, which I saw, but I think I had 5 here, so we'll go with that. One of these guys will be going 1, 2, 3, 4, and finding that transport. All right, next, let me look up what I was bringing into this battle, if you give me 1 second. All right, so we'll be bringing, I think I have a naval marker here. Let's just put the second down. We will be bringing 3 destroyers, 6 light cruisers, 3 fast battleships, 1 battlecruiser, and 2 heavy cruisers. I'll move 1, 2, 3. What else do we have to do? Oh, and our aircraft. But before I forget, we'll do our last 2 kamikazes. So we'll see what we can get this turn. This fighter will be going on to Maritime Air Patrol there. I think we'll bring this light carrier 1, 2, 3, 4 and bring him into the battle as well. We'll bring in our medium bomber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can reach. He'll have 1 space left and will land in Malaya most likely. We will bring in the rest of our fighters. So these 2 tacticals and a fighter will move 1, 2, 3 down here as well. And this fighter and this tactical will come in as well, and they will have 1, 2, so 3 moves left. This fighter here is going on combat air patrol to block that sea zone. Okay. What else? We've done kamikazes, that one. I believe that is everything. Tempted to go into Iran, but let's just keep that on the back plate for now. Okay, let's do the... Oh, let's save the best for last, the kamikazes. Let's get rid of the easy stuff out of the way. So we're going to do some carpet bombing. I have 3 dice at 2. All right. Here's hoping for 1 or 2 hits. But maybe these 1 or 2s will be my kamikaze strikes. Hey, there's a hit. I assume he'll take his infantry. And there goes that fight. Next, let's do... Well, we can just get these out of the way. We will kill that transport and take back Java. So I think that will be Anzac down 2 and Japan up 2. Which will give us some much needed money. And finally, last but not least, we will do this big old fight. I have already copied his units down. He has informed me that he will not be fighting with his 3 main submarines, but will submerge with them. Submerge. And we will just have to set this up down here. Okay, so this is at a 0 here. We have 3 destroyers at a 4. 6 light cruisers at a 5. 2 heavy cruisers at a 6. Battle cruiser at a 7, and 3 battleships at an 8. Let's not delete this fleet marker. Next we have 2 fighters, medium bomber, and 3 tacticals. Alright, so let's get some dice. So these will be our 4s, our 6, light cruisers, or 2 heavy cruisers. I mean 2 fighters. These 2 blue dice will be our heavy cruisers. These red dice will be our tacticals. Brown dice will be this medium bomber, and this pink die will be our battle cruiser. There are no first strikes here. Yeah, I think that's all we really can do. So we can just get ahead and start rolling. So I'm gonna make sure these are clear, because I want to make sure we get everything hunky-dory. Right, let's start with our fighters. Well, I guess I should get his dice out too. Actually, for consistency's sake, his heavy cruisers, all 5 of them, will be at a blue. Okay, let's get our fighters out of the way. So it's going to be these die and these die. We're looking for some target selects and some air superiority. That's 11. So I think that's 1 hit. That is a fighter, so we got that out of the way. So what's 1 hit so far? Which he'll have to take on his fighter. All right. Let's maybe roll these one at a time, because maybe that will make me more lucky. That's 1 more hit. We have 6 light cruisers out of 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's do 2 light cruisers and our battle cruiser. I don't think that's anything. And our 3 battleships at an 8. And that's 6 and a 6 and 11, so 2 more. So 8 hits, including the plane. Okay. Let's hope that he does not roll as well. I think that may have been a bit below average for me. So we'll do his plane first. That is a 9. It will miss. Oof. So, let's do his heavy cruisers. 5 of those. Oh, that's only 3. 1, 2, 3. What next? Let's do his destroyers and light cruiser. That's 1 more for him. And his light cruiser and torpedo boat destroyer. Any ones here will be pretty bad for me. I think that's a nothing and a nothing. Okay, I think that went reasonably well for me, which is great. So I did 8 hits to him, so that his fighter's 1, so that's 7 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's about right. And I'll just go ahead and damage these 3 battleships. And kill my light cruiser. Okay. We will go again. These blue die become 5 blue die. And yeah, okay. Let's start with our fighters. The target selection now is kind of useless. That's a 4, that's a 6, 9, so it's 2 hits. Now let's do our battle cruiser. Tangentially, I definitely did this battle first when I should have waited to see the results of this. I think I just missed that. I got distracted. Our 5 6s. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll reroll those 2 that fell out. So that looks like 1 more hit. And we can reroll those 2. That's 1 more hit. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, or 5 hits. So plenty of hits. And his 5 light cruisers, or heavy cruisers, in return. That looks like 2, 1. 1, no, that is 2. So we're going to take 2 destroyers off. And that is that. And we eliminate those 2 transports. Okay, now this Java battle resolves, and we can eliminate his units in the zone other than his two transports. Other than his 3 destroyers, I should say. Okay, so our next moves. We can do non-combats. This strategic bomber has to fly back to the Carolines. This destroyer has to move. This submarine is going to move down. So 1, 2, 3, 65. This submarine here is going to do 1, 2, 3 to sea zone 54. This submarine here is going to move 1, 2, 3 to sea zone 89 off of Formosa. I'm going to fix all this. So we have our 3 damaged battleships, our battle cruiser, our 2 heavy cruisers, 6 destroyers, 6 light cruisers, and our 1 destroyer. Okay, and these 6 aircraft will also be in that zone. And we have to find some landing spots for them. The medium bomber will land in Malaya. Okay, we have some more ships we have to move. This one destroyer will move to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 into 88. This carrier, this fleet carrier, will move into 88. I'll put one battleship in each of these zones and one heavy cruiser in each of these zones. The 6th fleet will move to 89. Okay. We're going to put 2 tactical bombers on the 6th fleet and 1 fighter. 1 tactical and 1 fighter on the 88th. And I totally forgot the kamikaze strike, so we can do that next before we finish up the rest of our non-combat. So we'll see if I can keep my luck up with these hits. So 2 at 7, looking for 1s and 2s. I mean, 4 target selects for 6 dice is pretty good. But what do I want to hit? Killing a light cruiser might... it's going to take me a minute to think of what I want to target select there. It's either going to be a light carrier, so he can't really... he can do less defending against me, which would be pretty nice. Or it would be a transport, which would hamper his ability to land units, which also would be pretty nice. But maybe I'll finish up the rest of my moves and see if I can come to a decision. Right, we're going to move these 4 transports down. They're going to pick up a bunch of these units. They'll be moving into C Zone 88. Let's see, we probably want to put a... well, let's make it about even. We'll put an infantry, an SNLF, and a Gando Special Force in Malaya. And we'll put infantry, which I need a sculpt, into Hong Kong, along with this SNLF. So back to this conundrum. Oh, I don't have to make that decision yet. 1 infantry is going to move up into Benares. This 41st will move to southern India. And that's that there. Yeah, I think we will do that. It pains me, but I will... kill transport? Damage a battleship? Well, maybe I'll add it in the corrections and give me some time to think about it. But that is my non-combat movements. Next, we'll start placing some stuff. So this light carrier will be placed in that zone along with this Japanese fighter because we're playing with that house rule. I forgot to delete one of these militia from my corrections. I can totally just get rid of this thing because we have no more kamikazes, sadly. Get rid of these. Placing some units. Put 2 militia in Kyushu. Gonna place 2 militia in. Well, let's do our southern stuff first. We're going to place a militia and upgrade a militia to an infantry in Borneo and place a militia in the Philippines. That's that. We have these 5 units to place. Let's place an SNLF in Kyushu, an infantry in Kyushu, and let's place an infantry in Tokyo, a militia in Tokyo. I may have to recheck that. I think I had 3 militia here, and I may have just deleted the Honshu one. So I might have 4 militia in Tokyo. I'll place my last 2 in Honshu. And let's collect some income. So we are at 33 measly IPPs. We will still be collecting some of those though. Let's get this right this time. So I do have Java, or do I have Java? Which one did I get? I have Java, Borneo, Philippines, and Malaya. So I think that is 8, if I am correct. Java, Borneo, British Malaya, the Philippines, that's 8. And I do have Hong Kong, so that's 9. So if I have that correct, I should be at 33, and 9 is 42. And you know what? I built a bunch of stuff here, so I built a bunch of stuff there, and I think I will kill a light carrier. Meaning this jet fighter will land on these islands, which is pretty nice. Great for me. I am under the assumption that he cannot merit combat air patrol a plane here and move his 5 ships and fly this one out. I don't think that would be a legal move because wouldn't really be any landing place. But if my opponents disagree with me, we can have that discussion. If that is the case, I'd rather kill a transport. But that is a question for the Americans' turn. All right. I think that's everything I wanted to do. This has been Madman Dan. Check in with Ambone HQ with his UK Commonwealth turn. This has been the. I've already said this has been Man Dan. So either way, I hope you guys have a great night and have a good one. Bye.